just want to share. Hi guys, hi, welcome to my live. Welcome. um I just want to settle in for a few minutes and then we're gonna start, right? I just want to share this live so that more people can join. How you guys doing? How are you doing today? I hope you're having a good day. Yeah. Okay, let us start. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Welcome, guys. I appreciate it. Um, I guess I'll start by introducing myself. My name is Asonele, but you can call me Rain, and I am gonna be live every Friday, 5 p.m., and I will be having heart-to-heart conversations with the people that are watching my live. I am from South Africa and I am 20 years old, turning 21. And yeah, guys, I am a lifestyle content creator, meaning that I create content that promotes living a healthy lifestyle and also content that has a positive influence on the younger generation. So most of my content is content that will that will be useful to the younger generation. I believe that we need to nurture them, we need to guide them, and not always complain whenever they are in the wrong direction. I do believe in God. I am a child of God. I am God's servant, and yeah. So today's topic is, I don't know if I should wait or I should just, start with this discussion. Today's topic is, should DNA testing be mandatory? Right? Why and why not? Right? So if you believe that it should be mandatory, I'd like to know why you would want it to be mandatory. And if you don't, I'd like to know your reasons why. On my side, I think it doesn't, I don't think it's a big issue to request a DNA testing. However, I feel like it depends on your reasons. You should have valid reasons and you should be doing it out of concern. So if you do not have the right reasons and you do not, you are doing it out of insecurity and doubt, then that's where I could say that I could understand why one would not want to um, provide that to someone, right? My question is, why would DNA testing be mandatory? For legal crime reasons or for what? Exactly, it should depend on that, We can't just be testing just because of insecurities or doubts, you know? I guess for some people that could be valid because they have trust issues and they have their own reasons why they would want it to be done, you know. So in the case of legal or crime reasons, then it is valid for it to be mandatory, right? But um I was speaking about in a relationship, you know, should it be mandatory, or, you know, would it be better if it is done in a way that both parents are tested, since some children get swapped at the hospital, you know. It should be allowed only if the court permits based on special circumstances, right? That makes sense. That makes sense. But what if someone, for example, to make child support mandatory, what if that's a special circumstance, you know? Because most people, they run away from their responsibilities, and they often make it an excuse and say that the person that I have a child with did not agree to test. So, you know, they run away because they're like, I don't want to raise a baby that I am not certain if whether they are mine or not. So in that case, would it be mandatory? I think if we would say that it's mandatory, then we would run out of resources, because everyone would have would have to make a DNA testing after they give birth, and people give birth every single day. So I don't know if it should be mandatory, you know, but I believe that it is valid to request a DNA depending on your reasons. It shouldn't be something that you want to do just because um just because of trust issues. It can, but can cause undue harm. I think people should ask for it if they feel that they need it. Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. However, I think it has a harm to be politicized that could be harmful. Yeah, I think we shouldn't waste resources like that. You know, there should be a valid reason why, and also special circumstances. Maybe it shouldn't be mandatory, but the cost should be subsidized. Um, yeah, yeah, maybe it should. I'd like to know why you say that. I'd like to know your reasons behind that. Because here in South Africa, the issue of, you know, people wanting to be certain is very high. It's very rare to find somebody saying that there's nothing, find to hear somebody saying that there is no need to test, you know, because people raise children that aren't even theirs. Yeah, it's very high. My personal opinion would be that if it should be mandatory in case that if the hospital has swapped your baby with the other baby, and maybe for child support purposes, yes, it's valid when it's in that case, right? Because these things do happen. And my question now would be, is every baby gonna be tested, you know? I think it can be a culture thing. I think some cultures want or need them more than others, right? Yeah, that is true. That is true. So there's this story that I want to read, guys. There's this story that I want to read, and I want to hear your, your opinion on it. What's your take, right? Mm, absolutely. Okay. This is a story that I got. So basically, they usually begin by saying that MIN. I'm not gonna say the word, Okay, we are talking about DNA testing. Should DNA testing be mandatory? It can be something that can be implemented in our government, but unfortunately, we are far from that. There are a lot of cases of guys raising kids that are not theirs unknowingly. Yeah, that is true. That is absolutely true. So I want to read this story now. Am I wrong for being mad that my husband... I'm going to read the comments once I'm done reading the story. Am I wrong for being mad that my husband thinks I tricked him with our child's birth certificate? I want to give some backstory to explain where I am coming from and why this situation is so hurtful to me. My husband and I come from similar backgrounds. Our families were paycheck to paycheck, and not many went to college. We both have degrees and make significantly more than the rest of our respective families. When we got married, I was already a homeowner and of a small house and had a car. My husband, however, had a lot of debt and his credit was trash. It wasn't his fault. He had significantly student loans and had frequently had to help his family members with money. He also had ADHD and mishandled some bills. I was understanding of his situation, but I was also anxious to help him get debt free so we can have kids without such burdens over us. He was making 80K and I was making 100K. He moved in with me and we split expenses 50-50, except that he didn't have to pay any rent. I fully covered the mortgage and home insurance since he's not on the deed, and I also paid extra into his debt so he can pay it off early. His car loan is in my name and I also cover half of that. I do IT technical support and I got the opportunity to take a job that required 50% travel but paid a lot more. We together decided that I'd go for this job for a few years to share up our savings and pay off a good portion of the debt. I did this job for a little over 2 years till I got pregnant and then took a lower paying job, which does not require travel. The travel job paid more, but it was so hard on me. I was traveling to the back ends of small towns where the big warehouses and what and data centers are located, and the job is physically demanding, pulling cables, moving equipment, and working in a very cold condition. I was miserable in this job and I ended up with some back problems, but it was a sacrifice for our family. When I was 8 months pregnant, my husband asked for a paternity test. It came out of nowhere and I asked him if he didn't trust me. And he said he did, but because I did so much travel, he just needed some assurance for his peace of mind. He said his friends and family have asked him how he could be so sure of this pregnancy when I have been out of the home for so many nights. It really broke my heart that I did so much for this man and didn't try to protect my assets or my money, and he treats me like this. I got very hormonal and cried, and he stopped pressurizing me then. Now our son is 3 months old and he's back at it again. He's put his foot down that I need to have the paternity test done, and he won't sign the birth certificate otherwise. I told him his name is already on the birth certificate cause we are married and I did the paperwork before they discharged us at the hospital. He didn't realize that would be the case and is furious at me, thinking I tricked him. So here am I, stuck, married to a man who does not only love me or trust me, but is an idiot. His family is calling me and pressurizing me to let him do the test. My family is offended on my behalf. But some mutual friends are saying that a test is not a big deal. But it is such a slap in the face after all I have done for him. Am I wrong for how I am feeling? I hope you guys heard that. Is she wrong for how she is feeling, guys? Is she wrong? Another question is whether the mother should be required to consent on the test. Yeah, what do you guys think? What do you guys have to say? Should she be required for the test? I believe both parents should be required to consent, not just the mother. And, you know, I think it's fair that way. So the story here is that this lady, her husband, wants a paternity test because she had been working in a place that is far from where he is at. So he needs something that will assure him that the baby really is his. And so because he found out that you can't really you don't really have a choice. You can't really decide whether you want to be on a child's birth certificate or not if you are married. You know, he does not believe that, and he is frustrated and thinks that his wife tried to trick him by doing this, because why did she not mention this to him, right, while they were at the hospital? And so he is furious and would like to have a DNA test. So, which brings me to the question, am I wrong for how I am feeling? I guess she's not wrong, you know? He is wrong for trying to accuse her of lying, right? You know, he is wrong for accusing her of that. And also, he is wrong for making that decision based on what friends and family are saying. They have nothing to do with her marriage, you know? The reasons are not valid enough or rational. You can't just want to do something just because people around you insinuated that. So he chooses to consider concerns or feelings of friends and families other than the feelings of his wife. She is not wrong. He should have voiced his feelings that he doesn't trust her from the minute she started traveling. And now that there is, not now that there is a baby. Yeah, true. It doesn't make sense now, because why is he even furious? Why is it making him mad? You know? there's a right way of dealing with things. There's nothing wrong with voicing your feelings and saying that you are concerned because of this and this and that. However, you can't be mad. I don't understand it when somebody is mad. It seems as if you're trying to manipulate the other person and trying to make them feel as if they are wrong for feeling the way that they feel. You know, I don't like if somebody does that. So he says that he does trust her. However, he just wants assurance. I believe the people that do not trust her are the friends and the family, you know? And yeah, like, when did he start doubting her? You know, when did he start having these trust issues, or stop trusting her? When she was traveling, after she got pregnant, after she gave birth? You know, why now? When? How did this happen? Are there incidents that happened before that have showed him that she is not one to be trusted? You know, because a lot of people like to do that. Now all of a sudden this person does not, you know, they don't know what to think about you. And for me, why would you marry somebody whom you do not trust? Why would you sleep with somebody whom you do not trust? Why would you sleep with somebody that is capable of doing that? Right? So it's important to voice out your feelings at the right time, and do not wait for a particular time, because now we would not know where it is coming from. It would not make sense, and it just feels like an attack, you know? But honestly, speaking, guys, is there ever a right time to talk about things like these? When is the right time? When the baby is how old? I don't know. While she's still pregnant? When is the right time to talk about things like these? Because sometimes it is coming out of a place of concern. Sometimes you really do want to know, right? Mm-hmm. Mm, 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 mm. That is true. That is true. Because you would never care about what other people have to say about your wife if you loved and trusted her, you know? I guess it is a trust issue here, and this person does not really know how to trust. And the thing about somebody not trusting you, you have to understand that you might not have anything to do with that. And so I feel like it shouldn't be something that makes a person angry when somebody requests a DNA test. You should not be angry, because that has nothing to do with who you are. You know who you are. You know the truth. And so it just reflects on how that person feels about themselves, right? It could happen that they don't even trust themselves. They don't trust their God. They don't trust anyone in their life. You know, it could have to do with past relationships or past traumas, you know, things that could be resolved with communication. I honestly feel like this situation can be resolved, you know. They just need to talk. They just need to talk and find a solution. Try not to do it without hurting someone's feelings. I honestly do believe that there is nothing wrong with requesting a DNA test, but you should do it the right way. You should not be doing it for the wrong reasons. You should not be doing it out of distrust. You should not be doing it just to be boastful or just to prove a point, you know. But if it is out of concern, then you will do things properly. And even if the DNA test is, even if it comes out and says that you are not the parent, you will handle the situation in a mature manner, you know. You have to be emotionally intelligent to deal with these situations, and not deal with them by being angry. I don't understand why one has to be furious, right? If you are certain that the baby is his, then why are you getting angry? I understand it when you say that you are hurt, because it can seem as if this person is shaming you, right? They are accusing you of something that you did not do, and it can seem as if they do not love you, because when you love somebody, you don't treat them like that. But at the same time, if you really want to know because you are concerned and you care, then it shouldn't be something that makes you mad. You shouldn't be scared to even talk about these things. You shouldn't run away from communication and then out of the blue uvele sonomsindo, uyabo. Then if xa kunjalo, it shows that it has nothing to do with the situation, but then it has to do with other feelings that we don't know about. Some people like to use it as an excuse just so that they can leave the relationship. Just because he's not happy in the relationship, he stirs up drama or conflict, just so that they can say, no, you never agreed to do the DNA. It's just so that they can use it as an excuse. So it should not be wanted for the wrong reasons. That is what I have to say. But she must do the DNA test and then divorce him. If that's what she wants to do, but she should, because he might want to divorce her because she doesn't want to do the DNA test. I believe those people, if they act like that, then they don't really love each other. Love is a lot of things, but it is not hatred. It is not, it does not have anger or resentment or stuff like that. You just have to deal with things the right way with your partner. So for me, when somebody reveals that they do not trust you, that should not make you feel, you should try not to get offended. You should try not to get offended, because at the end of the day, you should never feel the need to be validated by someone. You know yourself, right? And I understand it when one says that they feel disrespected, they feel shamed, but it should not make you do irrational things. There should be valid reasons why you want to do something like that. So are we saying that DNA testing should not be mandatory? Or are we saying DNA testing should be mandatory for, the right reasons? I guess my question is there something wrong with asking for a DNA test? Is there something wrong with that? Why does it make you feel that way? But the way in which she tells the story, I also I don't understand why, like, she had to mention everything that happened in the beginning, why she even had to mention money. I feel like, yes, this person hurt your feelings by questioning your loyalty to him, but saying things such as, after all that I have done for you, is not okay. You did those things out of love. And so it feels for me that she is also just trying to invalidate his feelings. He is also invalidating her feelings. And so in this case, they are not dealing with things the right way. I believe that the issues like these can be fixed, honestly speaking. You should understand first where it came from and try to resolve it from there. But within the period in which someone is pregnant, or they just had a baby, then there's no need to be focusing on that. That you're just building a hostile environment for the baby, and the child does not need parents that are in that state of mind. there is nothing wrong if you are not in a relationship or married. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong. I think in that case, if you would be offended if one would ask for a DNA test even though you guys were not in a relationship, then I don't know what's wrong with you, because it's understandable to, you know, not trust somebody that you don't know that well. But at the same time, why do people sleep with people that they don't, you know, they don't know? I I still go back to my previous response. It shouldn't be mandatory to benefit other people's egos in relationships, but just for safety reasons, and that you didn't leave the hospital with the wrong baby. Okay, I hear that. I hear that. I hear you. Um, it shouldn't, honestly, it shouldn't be about that. So for me, it's not even about the DNA here, but it's about the issues that they have, you know. Because what happens now if the baby is his? Now what? You can't take back words, you can't take back hurt, you know? Can't take back disrespect. Now what? Please don't forget to like the live, guys. Please give it a thumbs up. And yeah, this has been good. I really enjoyed it. And I'm gonna be live more often. Because I'm trying to increase my watch hours. And yeah, guys. The case of leaving the hospital with the wrong baby. Ooh. It is such a sad situation, you know. And sometimes it's because of negligence, but the fact that it can also be done on purpose, yo, that should be that should be a like, people that do that should be arrested, you know. Because how do you do that? Some people would just do it just for fun, just switch babies around. J. Yo, guys. People that want to work in those departments in hospitals, they need to do better, Shem, and make sure that these things don't happen in the future, you know. Because imagine raising a child that is not yours, and you constantly get questioned and pressurized to do DNA. You constantly get like sweared at. Ukuthi, this child does not look like me, and both of you aren't the parents of the child. Oh, Shem. I don't know how I would feel in that situation. And the fact that it's her husband, it's not just somebody, you know, that she recently met. It's somebody that she was married to, you know. It is unkind. It is unkind, honestly, to tell someone about, no, my friends and family. And the fact that the family is also involved, treating her like this, as if she was not part of the family, as if she does not have their grandson. Yo, they are very wrong, Shem. They are very wrong. It definitely is a slap in the face. Sana. Ish. It is scary, hey? Kungati, they can put your baby just next to you, nje, just after you give birth, and do everything right here. You know, you don't know who to trust anymore. And these babies look alike when they have just been born. They look alike, Sham, and yo, there's no way you can remember your child's face after that, like that moment. Sometimes you can be in a state whereby you are too tired. Yeah, also, oh yeah, no, they really need to help with the negligence. What is the name of the movie? What is the name of the movie? I think I'm gonna end the live within 4 minutes, and yeah, we'll see each other next week, guys, on the next live. Apparently, they do look alike. They do. Yo, I don't know how. Maybe it's because of like the. I honestly don't know how. They do, and especially because they all like bonke amehlo avaliwe awunawuthi mhlawumbi ndimkhumbula ngoba benamehlo anje, you know. Okay, yeah, you should notice, like, in the family, whenever one gives birth and then somebody who is related to that person gives birth as well, there are similarities in their children, and you could just feel like these children look so alike, but then as they cool, that's when their features come out. Okay, all right. I don't know, again, it would definitely make me feel the way that it made you felt, but I'm so curious, and that's why I would want to watch something that I know is not gonna make me feel good. But yeah, thank you so much for joining the live, guys. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate the engagement, and yeah, I'm gonna be live every Friday 5 p.m. for heart to heart conversations. I'm gonna explore more topics that we can talk about, and yeah, tomorrow I'm dropping a video 9 a.m. in the morning, so please do show me some love. Please do show me some love. Otherwise, I'm gonna end the live within 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Yeah, because we are done. I think we have covered everything, and I really enjoyed it. Yo, I was so nervous. I was so stressed, thinking that, hey, kuzoba hectic. It was. Hey, thank you so much for joining. Kuzoba hectic. Kuzoba hectic. I was live last night on Instagram and also on TikTok. Yo, I on Instagram, on TikTok I enjoyed it, and there was lots of engagement, but on Instagram, ah, mhm. Thank you. I definitely will recommend your channel. I definitely will. Nje, as soon as I see that, like, we have we have more, the most people have joined the live, I definitely will recommend, and also I will recommend it on my videos. And yeah, thank you so much. Yo, I'm a natural. I guess I am, but yeah, I really do appreciate, I really do enjoy having, you know, these sit down conversations. I don't like content efunisa into ezininzi nje. You know, I'm that type that loves listening and loves talking. But yeah, thank you so much for joining. I definitely will. I'm gonna close the live now. Bye, guys. Wait till I end. Ayo. Hayiwo guys, kucofwa phi?